While we were at UCamp, not only did we meet a lot of fun people, but we met a lot of great dogs.
So while at UCamp, we got this great opportunity to meet with some really cool folks and some really cool dogs. And it just so happens that viewers of ours have asked us advice on camping with dogs.
And we don't camp with dogs because I like Goldens and he prefers boxers, and we can't really decide which one.
And I say if we get one, we got to get both. And we might not have enough room for that, but we don't know. So we brought it to the folks that we think can give you the best advice. Those folks who are out there on a regular basis camping with their pets. So here's what they had to tell us.
Mariah and Bill Finicum, and this is our best friend, Evie, now that the kids have grown. And we've always had dogs, and we've always taken our dogs camping, whether it's tent camping or whatever. We are now new to new camp and love our camper. As far as camping with dogs, I think our position has always been you should think of the dog first. What would the dog enjoy? If some poor dog is stuck in your camper or your tent, you know, he's not enjoying it, and it's not fair to the dog. However, that having been said, you know, these are our best good buddies, and it just is a matter of paying close attention to them so that they are good campers along with you within an area where there might be other people, so they're not being a nuisance. Clean up after them, not a lot of barking.
Yep, clean up after them is a good point.
Yeah.
Travel with handfuls of bags.
Yeah. Anyhow, they're a great pleasure.
That is the biggest etiquette.
Hi, I'm Jenn Grover, and I travel with my dog Rocky in a Tab 320. And one of the things I've learned when you're traveling with pets is that it's important that you consider whether your trip is going to be good for your dog. Don't just plan a trip and take your dog because you take it everywhere. Think about the impact on your dog when you travel. Are you going to be at a national park where they can't go on trails and they have to spend all day in a camper? Or is this going to be someplace where your dog is going to be able to enjoy as well? There have been trips I've left Rocky at home simply because it's better for him. And really, it shouldn't be about me, the owner. It should be about the dog and whether the dog's able to enjoy the trip as well.
So stick around to the end because we came across probably the best piece of advice that you might be able to get regarding camping with pets. An app that may help you make a decision when you're out there on the road.
And you want to stick around because we found that not everybody camps with their dog. There may be a different kind of pet out there camping.
Hi, I'm Lisa Blevins, and this is my travel companion. This is Asher, and he is a schnoodle. He's a little over 2.5. He has gone with me every single time I've taken this camper out, which is been quite a few times. Advice for people and traveling with their pets. First thing I'd probably say is, I think a lot of people touch on this, make sure they enjoy it. He wants to be everywhere I am, so I know he enjoys it. He's very much a lap dog, so he doesn't really mind where I'm sitting as long as if it's in the camper or in a chair outside, he wants to be in my lap. So he enjoys that. He's also an excellent car rider. But in the camper, I have him sit and I put my some sort of leash, a tether that we're using or the walk leash, and I put it on him while he's still in the camper and I'm standing outside of the camper. And once I get it on him, then he's free to jump out of the camper.
So then he knows it's okay to come out.
Then he knows it's okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to say he does it right every time, but yeah, pretty much.
My name is Suzanne, and this is my dog Kelty. Her birthday was last week. She's 13.
Happy birthday.
And we travel. She loves to camp, but we know when we travel, sometimes we have to take turns, my husband and I, doing things because we can't leave her in the car because it's too hot, or we don't leave her in the trailer because she would go out the window to try to find us. We've always brought her with us camping.
Okay.
So there are some limits. National parks are harder. Okay. National parks are really not very dog friendly. Like we've only been able to do a couple of trails sometimes.
Okay.
Because they're not allowed or they have to be on a 6-foot leash.
Hi, I'm Edel, and this is our rescue boxer Ava, and this is John, my husband. And we have always camped with our dogs, be it in pop-ups or now that we've graduated to Teardrop. They always come with us camping when we're traveling. I suppose we put her needs pretty much first, rather over and above ours. So we might see a restaurant that we'd love to eat in, but if we can't find sufficient shade, or if the dog isn't allowed on the patio, well, we just have to give it a skip for another time. Because obviously she needs to be safe and comfortable at all times.
Yeah, I agree with that, Edel, and I think if you want to bring a dog camping, I think you make a commitment to do it. It's something that if you decide to do it, you have to have a dog that behaves itself. And if you don't have a dog that behaves itself, you have to be prepared to train it while you're at the campsite, because I think any campsite where you have a dog, you're going to have a tremendous amount of distraction, and the dog has to be capable of taking all that in and not getting overly excited. And at the same time, it's a balancing act, because a dog is security in a caravan like this. You know, if you were camping on your own, you would expect your dog to, you know, make a little bit of noise if someone approached late at night or whatever, but you have to have control of the dog and say, no, it's okay, that's just a fellow camper or somebody. And I think one of the most annoying things on a campsite is when you have dogs that are out of control. And I think even the owners of those dogs go through a very tough time, and they should really consider whether it's a good idea to bring them yet, or to try and train them a little more before they bring them. So.
But also that she doesn't bark incessantly, which can be very irritating for people on the campground. So.
Hi guys, this is Al.
And Jane.
And this is CESAR right here. Anyway, we just wanted to talk to you about a little bit of dog etiquette. And I think one of the main things is that when you're out walking your dog, you should let them socialize. Don't be afraid to let them smell each other, because that's what they do naturally. CESAR's really good about doing that. He sometimes will get around big dogs, and he's not afraid of big dogs, but he'll let them know when it's time to back off.
Well, he's a Chihuahua, they're ferocious.
Yeah.
They don't realize their size.
We always take him with us, and if we do bring him with us to hotter places, we always have a little bowl for him and carry water, so because he gets thirsty a lot.
Oh yeah.
Wow. So like if we go to a restaurant or a park where he's not allowed to go into, I'll stay with him or she'll stay with him, and then we'll take turns going to
see what's going on.
To see what's going on.
Cool.
Oh, wait. Dead. Roll over.
Oh, that is great.
Up. Good boy.
My name is Sakina, and on Instagram it's 4 Dogs and a Camper. And I would have to say the biggest thing about traveling with pets would be to know your pets and the safety concerns that you have with them. Basically knowing if you need to have steps going up, or steps inside, or steps to the bed, to alleviate any type of injury while you're traveling and don't exactly know what type of vet you may need or where the vets are located.
You don't use the traditional screen door so that the dogs can get in and out on their own?
Yeah, so the TAB 400 comes with the permanent screen, so that didn't work very well, and it's actually still intact, but I decided to go with, like, off of Amazon, it's Magic Mesh, so they can just go in and out as they please, and I still helps it so that I don't have to get up, get down, take them in, take them out, or accidents inside.
Yeah, they can't get out.
Rocky, come on.
Perfect.
My name is Michael Frizzell. My dog Casey. She's a purebred Cairn Terrier. Casey is 4 years old, and ever since she was a puppy, she's gone camping with us. One of the pieces of advice I have for anybody who wants to camp with their pet is to make sure you take them out, maybe for a brief weekend, to get them used to it. Don't take them on a long trip on their first outing. Make sure they're used to riding in the car. And then when you're at the campground, make sure you walk them, get them used to people around the park, and get them used to the camper. Don't leave them for long periods of time. But if
Good. Hi, I'm Becky Leedy.
And I'm Herb Leedy.
And this is Duke. And we travel with Duke quite a bit. He's well behaved. He's not quite 2 yet, so he's still a puppy. One of the things that we make sure of when we're traveling with him is that he's going to be good in the situation where we are. So we think about where we're going, and we think about how he's going to be when we get there. If it's not a good mix, then we might leave him at home.
And we always take our medical records with us for Duke, all of the vaccines, because there are a lot of places that require you to show the vaccine, especially maybe if you go into Canada and even some of the parks. Now, when we need to be away for a significant amount of time, or if we're visiting a place that's not dog friendly, we use a website called rover.com. It's an app you can download. They dog sit. You can do overnights. They can come for the day, doggy daycare. They can take him for a walk. They've got reviews for each of the people that participate, so you can find someone that's going to be a mix for your dog. Some like to take care of large dogs, some small dogs. It's very user friendly.
And that's wherever you're going, you can go on there and see if there's somebody in that neighborhood. So
Yeah.
would they, theoretically, would they come to the campground to take him for a walk?
Sometimes you have the ability to have them pick your dog up and take them to their home.
To there.
And you could also probably have them come by the campground. It depends on the person.
Right.
And also just to be kind to your neighbor. If you have a dog that is not dog friendly or people friendly, it's probably better that they stay home.
And I think I would also say keeping your dog, under control, even if your dog is dog friendly and the other dog looks dog friendly, to let a dog run up to the other dog to visit sometimes causes issues, and I've seen that a few times. But,
Okay. I'm Julie, and this is Jenny. She's a miniature pinscher, and I was concerned about her safety on these long trips. So instead of just a booster seat, I bought her a booster seat that's also has a safety harness. So I'm going to put her safety harness on. This might take a minute. And then that's how it works. All right, so I'm going to pick her up, and we're going to put her in her booster seat, and then we're going to clip this buckle. It's attached to the seat belt, and so she is now boosted up. She's in a restraint, passive restraint, and an active restraint, and she's ready to travel. She sleeps in there. And she's very comfortable. She can see out, but she can't get out.
Excellent.
Okay, thank you.
This is Nico, and my name is Jeannie. He was a rescue cat, so I really didn't know much about his background. Eventually, just learned how much he loved the outdoors. Most important of all, I never forced this cat to do anything he doesn't want to do. He does like to walk, and on a 50-foot leash, he kind of self-trained him at the age of 8 years old. He learned that when he reached the end of his tether, he couldn't go forward, he just went left or right, just kept on exploring. So that is really what he did. Took him camping a couple times, short weekend trips.
Anything specific that
we leave him in the camper without always.
Right.
He feels safe in that camper. That is his safe place. We always make sure that there's plenty of ventilation And if it's really hot, we're running the AC for him.
Okay. We want to give a giant thank you to all those folks who participated in helping us make this video.
And their dogs too.
Well, we hope you found this video informative and gave you some great information if you decide that you want to bring your pets out camping.
Check us out next week when we'll be in Ohio's only national park, and we'll be staying at West Branch State Park, where we end up hanging out with a really cool YouTube channel. So remember, when you're out there loving life,
do it hitched up.